Good day, everyone. I would like to bid you a warm welcome to our orientation on homeroom guidance. So I am very delighted to be part of your in-service training for this year. So thank you so much, Masbate National Comprehensive High School, for this invitation. And of course, I treat this as an opportunity for me to spread my advocacy in homeroom guidance. So again, I'm Ma'am Tere Buena. I am a registered guidance counselor and a licensed professional teacher like you, ano? So, the very recent career I have right now is I am a YouTube vlogger. Yes, you heard it right. I am a YouTube educator. So, this pandemic actually forces me to vlog not because I am bored, but because I sincerely and honestly want to reach out to our students. So, I still want to help our students maintain their positive well-being through, of course, this homeroom guidance. So what I did is I recorded all my video discussions about homeroom guidance and sent a soft copy to our students in Xaverian Arroyo High School where I am working. So that's here in Iriga City. And I finally just decided to upload it in YouTube, and voila! I am amazed that I got subscribers, and it was only then that I realized that numerous students are watching my videos. So probably you are wondering why I am telling you this. Again, it's because majority of my YouTube content is about homeroom guidance from grade 7 to grade 12. And take note, I have this complete video discussion from module 1 up to the latest module from grade 7 to grade 12. And later, I will show you a sample of my uploaded video in my channel, Your Guidance Counselor. So I think that's also the main reason why Mom Emily Marcaida, Your Guidance Coordinator, chose me as the discussant for this topic, homeroom guidance. But before I formally start with my discussion about homeroom guidance, let's have first an activity. So this is entitled, How Long Can You Stay Focused? Again, the title of our activity is How Long Can You Stay Focused? So let's test your concentration by trying to count how many times this balls bounce. So I will be showing you a video and then you're just going to count the ball. So each time a ball hits the ground, count it as one bounce. So are you ready? So the ball will start bouncing in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so question, how many times did the balls touch the ground? Ilang beses ba nag-bounce yung bola? What else did you see? So, did you notice that the balls change shape? Nagpalit ito ng shape, di ba? Did you notice that the background color also changed? If you notice these changes, kung napansin nyo, nabilang nyo pa kaya ng tama kung ilang ang number ng bounces, ang tamang number ng bounces? Now, our brain can only take in so much information, so we can easily miss things that are clearly in front of us simply because our brain is busy doing something else. So for us to see a change like the shape of the circle, it has to be important or different enough for us to notice. I just hope that you find this topic essential or important for you as a teacher, okay? For it to be noticeable for you. And let us have our round 2. Now that you've got the hang of it, how we are going to do this activity, let's have another run of counting activity. So this time we are going to again test your concentration by seeing if you can correctly count the number of times the balls bounce. Again, bibilangin na naman natin kung ilang beses magbabounce ang bola, but only those that land in the shaded area at the bottom of the screen, okay? Yun lang na maglaland sa shaded area at the bottom of the screen ang bibilangin niyo. Okay, so ready and focused? 3, 2, 1. So how did you go this time around? Kumusta? So, of course, 10 was the correct number of bounces. So what else did you see? Sinong nakatama ng sagot? Did you notice that the shaded area changed shape? What about the background color? Di ba napansin nyo na nagpalit din ng kulay? Did you see that the ghost appear? What about the bulb with a face on it? So if you spotted any of this, how did you go with correctly counting the number of bounces? So it can be easier to spot these elements when our brain is primed to be on the lookout for them. So however, we can process everything on the screen and count the bounces correctly or successfully, right? Our brain can only take in so much information. So now, what blind spots you need to be managing for this webinar? Now I have to prime you that the topic that we are going to discuss today is very important, okay? So you have to pay your full attention to me. You have to give your full attention to this webinar. Okay, so back to our main topic. So we will be discussing about the guidelines on the implementation of homeroom guidance or HG during crisis situation for school year 2020-2021. Now, the Office of Curriculum and Instruction through the Bureau of Curriculum and Development or BCD issues these guidelines. So this is the actual copy of the memo from the Office of the Undersecretary for Curriculum and Instruction, signed by Undersecretary, of course, Sir Diosdado M. San Antonio. Now, first things first, why homeroom guidance? Bakit kaya sa tingin ninyo ibinalik ang homeroom guidance? So, is this just a repetition of the revitalized homeroom guidance program or the RSGP before? Can you still recall? Para sa mga teachers natin na naabutan na ang RSGP or kaya naman sa mga estudyante na naging part ang RSGP sa kanilang mga card. Ayan, so I can still recall my grades in RSGP, talagang matataas. So I always got like 90 up. And I was wondering before, bakit ako nagkakaroon ng ganong grades, yet hindi ko alam kung saan nanggagaling mga grades na to because wala naman talagang nangyayaring formal discussion pagdating sa RSGP namin before. Diba? So honestly, wala akong maalalang lesson na ibinigay sa amin ng aming teacher, ng aming advisor about RSGP. So pardon me, but I just have to tell you the honest truth, and that's what really happened, before. So is this RSGP or homeroom guidance just similar to this ESP or sa edukasyon sa pagpapakatao or sa values education nating subject? Now, for those who are thinking that this is an ESP thing, now you have to carefully listen to this webinar, okay? So I'll be showing you a video clip on the rationale of this program, made of course by the Office of the Bureau of Curriculum and Development. So this is a video, so check this out.
Walang naging handa sa pagsapit ng pandemya gaya ng COVID-19 sa Pilipinas o saan mang bahagi ng mundo. Nagising na lamang tayo na kailangan na nating ipatupad ang physical distancing, di na pwedeng lumabas ng bahay o naging limitado ang mga pwedeng puntahan. Pinagbawalan ang mga pagtitipon ng mga tao at kinailangan na magsuot ng face mask at face shield at pinaigting ang paghuhugas ng kamay at paggamit ng alcohol o sanitizer. Sa madaling salita, binago ng pandemya ang pamumuhay ng mga mamayan sa buong mundo. Hindi nakaligtas dito ang ating edukasyon, trabaho, pagbubukas ng mga kumpanya, planta, pagawaan, pamilihan, transportasyon, maging panghipapawid man ito, pandagat o panlupa, at mga pampublikong serbisyo. Biglang nauso ang work from home sa iba't ibang institusyon, pampubliko man o pribado, at ang mga online transaction. Sinailalim din ang iba't ibang bahagi ng Pilipinas sa iba't ibang tipo ng community quarantine o lockdown upang maiwasan ang mabilis na pagkalat ng nakamamatay ng COVID-19. Libo-libo sa ating mga kababayan ang namatay dahil sa pandemya at ilan din namang mga frontliners ang nagbuwis ng buhay habang pinagsisilbihan ang mga may sakit o publiko. Hanggang ngayon, walang nakakaalam kung hanggang kailan mananatili ang pandemya o ang pagbabalik ng normal na pamumuhay ng mga tao. Nakakaapekto sa estado ng ating kalusugang pangkaisipan ang lahat ng mga nabanggit. Kung kaya, dapat lamang na alamin natin kung paano ba tutulungan ang ating mga sarili at ang ibang tao habang nakadadama ng takot o fear, pag-aalala o anxiety, at kalungkutan o sadness. Gayun din naman kung paano tayo dapat maging proactive upang sanayin ang mga kabataan upang maging matatag, maabilidad, magtaglay ng positibong disposisyon at maging maayos ang mga desisyon sa gitna ng mga pagsubok. Tulad na lamang ng kwento ni Lester. Consistent honor student si Lester sa kanilang klase. Lahat ay hinahangaan siya hindi lang dahil sa kanyang katalinuhan, kundi pati na rin sa taglay niyang kakisigan. Lagi siyang pinapasali sa mga male pageant, subalit lagi naman niya itong tinatanggihan. Isang umaga, nalaman niyang maghihiwalay na ang kanyang mga magulang dahil na rin sa palagian nitong pag-aaway. Bagamat hindi sa kanya tahasang sinabi, alam niyang matagal nang may lamat ang pagsasama ng kanyang mga magulang at pinipilit na lamang nitong magsama sa isang bahay dahil sa kanya. Nakiusap siyang huwag umalis ang kanyang ama, subalit nakahanda na ang mga gamit nito at nagsabi sa kanya na bibisitahin na lamang siya kahit hiwalay na sila ng kanyang ina. Labis na dinamdam ito ni Lester at nagdulot ng pagbaba ng kanyang mga grades at madalas na pagkakating classes. Sumama siya sa ibang mga estudyante na mahilig mag-inom at tumambay sa kung saan-saan. Isang gabi, dahil sa labis na kalasingan, nakatulog siya sa bahay ng isang di niya halos kilalang estudyante. Huli na nang mapansin niyang kakaiba ang amoy ng paligid at napakaraming foil na gamit ang mga tao doon. Pinilit siyang paggamitin ng pinagbabawal na gamot at binantaang sasaktan ito kapag hindi sumunod sa gusto nila. Sa umpisa'y di niya nagustuhan ito, subalit nawili siya sa paggamit nito hanggang sa natagpuan niya ang kanyang sarili na nahook na dito. Ito ang ginawa niyang pag-iwas sa pag-iisip tungkol sa kanyang pamilya at di na alintana ang pagbagsak niya sa klase na may epekto sa kanyang kinabukasan. Ang kwento ni Lester ay isa lamang sa posibleng kwento ng ating mga kabataan. Dapat sana'y napangibabawan niya ang mga pagsubok sa buhay kung nahubog sa kanya ang mga kinakailangang life skills. Gayon din naman ang pagbibigay ng suporta at gabay ng mga taong nakapaligid sa kanya.
Sa panahon ng pandemya, maraming pasan na problema ang bawat Pilipino, kabilang na ang mga pasan ng kabataan ngayon. Maraming issue o hamon ang kinakaharap ng ating mga itinuturing na pag-asa ng bayan. Ilan lamang sa mga ito ay isyong pang-akademiko o kanilang pag-aaral, pakikipagkapwa-tao, pansariling suliranin, kalusugan, pakikiangkop sa pagbabago, at maging ang kakayahan sa pagpaplano para sa hinaharap. May mga mag-aaral na may suliranin sa kanilang pag-aaral tulad ng kawalan ng interes matuto, pagliban sa klase, irregular na pagpasok at mababang marka na kalaunan ay nagiging dahilan sa tuluyang pagpigil sa pag-aaral at mapabilang na sa mga dropout. Ang isyong pang-akademiko ay inaasahan pang madadagdagan dahil sa mga pagbabagong dulot ng pandemya, kung kaya't inaasahan at hinihikayat ang lahat na mas palawigin at pagtibayin ang suporta ng bawat isa sa lahat ng mag-aaral. Hindi rin lingid sa ating kaalaman na ang ilan sa ating mga kabataan ay nakararanas ng suliranin sa issue ng kanilang sarili at pakikipagkapwa-tao, tulad ng kawalan ng tiwala sa sarili, katatagan ng kalooban, kakayahan sa pag-angkop sa sitwasyon at kawalan ng disiplina sa iba't ibang aspeto. May nakararanas din ng pang-aabuso, bullying, at maaaring nasa mas delikadong sitwasyon na kalaunan ay nagiging sanhi ng ilan pang problema tulad ng gaming addiction, drug addiction, teenage pregnancy, at pagkasawi. Dahil dito, kinakailangan ng pagpapanatili ng malusog na pangangatawan at isipan upang maiwasan ang mga kakaharaping problema dulot ng mga ito at maharap ng maayos ang mga suliranin. Kinakailangan ring bigyang tuon ang kakayahan ng mga kabataang bumuo ng plano at desisyon para sa kanilang kinabukasan o hinaharap. Maaaring mas mahirap ngayon dahil sa nararanasan nating pandemya na nagdudulot ng kalituhan at pagkadismaya para sa ilan. Hindi natin maitatanggi na mayroong mga mag-aaral pa rin sa high school na naguguluhan at hindi makapagdesisyon sa tatahaking propesyon o landas, kaya't marapat lamang nagabayan at bigyan sila ng mga kakayahang makatukoy ng mga paraan upang maunawaan nila ang kanilang sarili, kasanayan, interes, at maging malawak ang pagtingin sa mga kahihinatnan ng kanilang mga desisyon.
So, now we all know that the introduction and implementation of the K-12 basic education program require changes and revisions on existing DepEd programs to align them with the new curriculum. And in our K-12 curriculum, definitely it puts emphasis on capacitating learners with skills in doing their task and enriching this as they progress up to grade 12. So the curriculum considered several societal factors and the learner's developmental needs. Okay, so our learners need to perform different tasks. We all know that. Confront personal and social issues, and eventually they have to decide for their curriculum exits. So a responsive and proactive program in addition to the existing academic programs must address these needs. So that's why in 1998, the revitalized homeroom guidance program for secondary learners was created to answer the learners' needs. So if you will notice, RHGP before is intended only, or was intended only for secondary students. So however, DepEd must have to make it more comprehensive, developmental, and proactive, especially this time of pandemic. So a program that will suit the needs of our learners for today. Now, that is why DepEd launches this homeroom guidance with an acronym of HG. Now, this program definitely is relevant as it promotes rational thinking, healthy behavior, and positive disposition. So that is how our homeroom guidance looks like. So that is the cover page of our homeroom guidance. Now, aside from the data gathering activities for RHGP, now DepEd tried to check, what are really the issues and concerns of our current learners. So issues like academic failures, school dropouts, bullying, unhealthy sexual behavior, teenage pregnancy, drug addiction, online and social media addiction, poor career choices, and many more definitely confronts our students for today. Okay, so these are the issues and concerns of our current students. So therefore, we need a program that will prepare them to these realities through life skills development. Again, we are going to help our students through life skills development. We all know that we cannot control our environment nor the behavior of our students, but we can equip them with the right skills that will help them overcome challenges of their developmental task. Okay, so that's our role as a teacher. We have to help our students on how to handle their issues And we have to admit that the needs of our learners now are quite different to our needs during the times when we were still studying. Okay, so iba na ang mga pangangailangan ng mga estudyante natin ngayon. Kaya naman talagang nangangailangan na ng homeroom guidance. So, mas matinding homeroom guidance ang kailangan ng ating mga estudyante, di ba? Okay, so that is the main reason actually why HG is promoted. Now, these guidelines were formulated based on the relevant current literature. So, merong basehan ang ating homeroom guidance. So, mayroon din mga nangyaring consultation with teachers, with school heads, and other guidance and counseling experts. Now, this will provide clear and functional understanding about the important processes in the implementation of our homeroom guidance program, and of course the proper monitoring and evaluation of the program, which is an important component for its sustainability and continual development. Now, let me direct your attention to this so you will know how guidance should be properly appreciated and addressed. So, taking its correct context. So, what I am showing you is a sample guidance and counseling services chart. Now, based on the relevant literature and the practice in other countries. Now, we have here, the first one is individual inventory. So we have to store confidential files of the student's psychological test results or academic performance, okay, and many more that make us better understand our students. So it helps us to better understand our client. And we also have follow-up service. 5% of our time is devoted to follow-up service. So when we say follow-up service, it entails the counselor to check the current functioning of the students who availed counseling. So 4% of our time goes to research and evaluation. Yes, we do research. So which checks the relevance of the program against the needs of the target population, and service, of course, that entails the counselor to do the research for some intervention and concrete understanding of the students. And we also have a placement service. So placement service, we assist students to find an appropriate school for their college application. So through college fair, so we have this college fair, career talks, job fair for those who want to work after senior high school, and those who are wanting to transfer to another school. So that's part of our placement service. So for whatever reason, we assist our students so for transfer. And this also includes our services to students with special needs, so including the Philippine Educational Placement Test. So we do refer them, or we suggest to our students, especially the overage students, to take the educational placement test. So that is definitely part of our placement service or program. Now we also have consultation service, and 9% of our course of our time is devoted for this service. So when we say consultation service, we all know that administrators, teachers, and even parents go to us to clarify or even ask about some mental health issues. So the registered guidance counselor or RGCs are the only mental health professional in school. So as an RGC, we have to embrace evidence-based practice. We have to be data-driven. So in conducting consultation services. 10% of our time is devoted to psychological assessment for DepEd schools. Okay, so we are the one in charge with the National Achievement Test, the National Career Assessment Examination, the PEPT. So in my case, I have IQ test used for entrance examination, just for us to gauge the learners and help them with their academic needs. And also we have our referral. So we refer students to outside specialists or even outside professionals if we think their case is beyond our control or beyond our expertise. So most especially if the case is too clinical, so we refer our clients to this specialist. And definitely the huge chunk of our guidance services is counseling. Okay, so that's 35% of our time is devoted to counseling. Now, based on RA 9258, only registered guidance counselors can practice counseling. So we do this with utmost confidentiality. So with professional relationship, definitely with our clients. And the last one is information service. So we do information dissemination as guidance counselors. So in many forms, like for example, bulletin boards, flyers, reading materials, symposia, fora, seminars, and guidance curriculum, which is definitely our homeroom guidance. Yes, you heard it right, no? So homeroom guidance is just part of our information service. So do not mistake this with the entirety of the guidance services. So again, homeroom guidance is just part of our information service, which is only 15% of our time should be devoted in information service. So now you understand that homeroom guidance is part of guidance services provided by counselors, but definitely we need your help in the implementation of the SEB program dahil hindi talaga kakayanin ng mga guidance counselors po ninyo sa school kung lahat ng ito ay gagawin po nila. So therefore, the scarcity of guidance counselors is one of the reasons why our advisors are top to conduct this homeroom guidance to our students. Now, let us take note that homeroom guidance again is different from edukasyon sa pagpapakatao or values education. When we say homeroom guidance, it focuses on life skills development, okay? Again, homeroom guidance focuses on life skills development while ESP or edukasyon sa pagpapakatao focuses on the moral compass, on the ethical behavior of what is right and what is wrong. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. So the ethical behavior of the students, so the concept of what is right and what is wrong. So that's the difference between the two. So I hope that the difference between the two is clear now, okay? So again, these two are different. Now, what is really homeroom guidance? So when we say homeroom guidance, it is an organized segment of the school's guidance services which is given to a homeroom, usually a section or a class with teacher advisor as a facilitator. That's according to Aquino and Razon of 1993. But today, we are going to try to define homeroom guidance based on our current program. So this is a comprehensive, developmental, and proactive designed to equip K-12 learners with life skills. So highlighted there are the words life skills on 3 domains. And what are these 3 domains? We have the academic, personal and social development, and career development domain. So ito yung mga skills na maaaring ma-develop sa ating mga estudyante pag sila ay nabigyan natin ng homeroom guidance. So maaaring ma-develop ang kanilang problem-solving skills. They can develop critical thinking skills, effective communication skills, decision-making, creative thinking, interpersonal relationships, self-awareness, empathy, and coping with stress and emotions. Well, walang particular subject na nagtuturo talaga ng ganito. Okay, so only homeroom guidance, in homeroom guidance. Now, the homeroom guidance philosophy, vision, and mission were rooted under the Department of Education, vision, mission, and core values. Okay, so we have here the philosophy. Homeroom guidance believes that every learner is unique and has the ability to develop him or herself using his or her own learning and experiences from family, community, school, and society, and this shall be realized through the collaborative efforts of family, school, community, government, and other institutions. So in other words, we are not treating our learners as tabula rasa or blank slates. So they have already their own capabilities of utilizing themselves of what they have learned from the environment, which will be realized with the collective efforts, of course, of the family, community, and other institutions. Indeed, it takes a village to raise a child, okay? For our vision, homeroom guidance shall complement the department's goal, which is to produce holistically developed Filipinos who are able to achieve academic success, demonstrate healthy behavior, exemplify positive disposition, and systematically plan their future. So, what is a holistically developed Filipinos in 21st century? It shall produce learners who can work for the common good of society while upholding the international standards. This is how the homeroom guidance contributes to the end goal, of course, of the Department of Education. So the homeroom guidance, philosophy, vision, and mission, again, were rooted on the Department of Education's vision, mission, and core values. So notice that the homeroom guidance vision is anchored in homeroom guidance. Now, we also have the mission. For the mission, homeroom guidance is dedicated to address the academic, personal, social, and career development needs of the learners in a developmental, comprehensive, and collaborative efforts of family, school, community, government, and other institutions. Now, I am showing you the framework of the homeroom guidance accounting the needs of the students, of course, Philippine society and global community, and guided by the theoretical basis and legal basis. So DepEd definitely came out with the three domains. So we have again the academic development domain, the personal, social, and development domain, and the career development domain. So we are inspired with the American School Counseling Association, or ASCA or ASCA model. We also read some literature about how we can contextualize, even make sense out of the model. So we cannot just ignore the fact that school cannot do it alone. So as we can see, we have the school, home, and community. Now, the standards and competencies of the homeroom guidance are anchored on certain theories, since each domain has its own peculiarities in consideration to the needs of Filipino learners and society. So in the implementation of the homeroom guidance, we have to identify the roles of the school, home, and community, and other institutions. So as I've said, we have to ensure the proper implementation of homeroom guidance. So that's the role of the school. We have to ensure the proper implementation of the homeroom guidance that leads to the development of the learner's life skills in the three domains. So it convenes both home and community for the realization of homeroom guidance vision. Now, what is the role of the home? Home plays a vital role in the learner's life skills development through its consistent support. So we need the support, of course, of the parents or the guardian for the proper implementation of this module. Now, we need their involvement and collaboration with the school and community. So maganda sa module na ito, mayroon laging reminder. So meron tayong mensahe lagi para sa tagapag-alaga or sa mga magulang. Sa unahan po na pahina ng ating module, makikita po natin dyan ang gabay sa mga magulang or tagapag-alaga. So it reminds our parents to guide our learners in answering the module. Now, we also have community and other institutions. So this reinforce the development of learners' life skill through its engagement in the school programs and activities. So it also serves as a support system of the school as they craft policies, programs, and projects that are relevant to the mission, vision, and philosophy of homeroom guidance. So we need the full support of the school for the implementation. We need the support of the family members of the home, and aside from that, our community as a whole. Now, in the light of COVID-19 pandemic, now Department of Education through the Bureau of Curriculum Development produced a list of homeroom guidance most essential learning competencies. Now, this was done in order to ensure that the grade level standards along with the corresponding competencies were attained. Now, homeroom guidance curriculum is essential. So, to ensure access to quality guidance and counseling service for all types of learners. Now, hence, Different learning modalities will be made available in the implementation of the homeroom guidance program. Now we have here the three domains. We have the personal social development domain. Okay, so when we say personal social development domain, it pertains to concerns or issues, affecting learners' self or individuality. So it's about how a person interacts with with other people. So it equips the learners with a foundation for personal and social growth as they progress through school and into the adulthood. So this includes, but not limited to, the intrapersonal and interpersonal skills, self-awareness, coping with emotions and stress, and of course, resilience. As you can see, 75% of our modules is targeting this personal social development domain. 20% of our topics, so is devoted to academic development domain. So when we say academic development domain, it all pertains to academic related needs or concerns of students. So this serves as a guide to implement strategies and activities to support and maximize each learner's ability to learn, which include but not limited to creative and critical thinking, communication skills, and problem solving. And we also have the last one. So 5% of our most essential learning competencies is coming from the career development domain. So career development domain pertains to all occupational and world of work related concerns and issues of learners. Now this involves the acquisition of skills, attitudes, and knowledge that enable them to make successful transition from school to the world of work and from the job to job across the lifespan. So these include, but not limited to, learners' discovery of their interests, talents, and skills, like for example, decision making, problem solving, planning, and the other exploring activities that will help our learners explore their career options and opportunities. Okay? So remember that the competency indicators are arranged from simple to complex and focus on the development of higher order thinking, such as analyzing and evaluating concepts, processes, procedures, and principles rather than just remembering. The junior high school most essential learning competencies table. So we have developed a total of 91 homeroom curriculum guide and 36 homeroom guidance max. Okay. So for senior high school, we got here 53 homeroom guidance curriculum guide and 15 or 28% homeroom guidance milks or most essential learning competencies. So remember that this is not a formal learning area, no? Homeroom guidance po should not be part of the computation of grades by the end of each quarter. So again, wala pong ibibigay na grado para sa ating homeroom guidance. But then we have to assess our learners using the learners assessment tool, okay? So for school year 2020 to 2021, it shall serve as enrichment activity that can be performed at home and in school or through other platforms with the help of our guidance counselors, teachers, and parents. Let's proceed now to the home guidance procedure, assessment, and monitoring and evaluation. So number one is nomenclature. So homeroom guidance shall be reflected in the class program of every school in the school forms as homeroom guidance. Number two, we have the media of instruction. So the learning materials are written in English. Okay, so kung mapapansin po ninyo, ang module is written in English, but the regions may opt to use their mother tongue or any language convenient to the learners to ensure participation and interaction during the session and better understanding of the concepts. So you can use your own language or own dialect, your own mother tongue. Okay, so and time allotment. Now time allotment for homeroom guidance is 1 hour per week So, kailangan nakalagay yan sa ating class program na 1 oras kada linggo ang ibibigay nating time para sa ating mga learners from grade 1 to grade 12, while for kindergarten, it can be included in their blocks of time. And for the class program, okay, we need to consider and adjust depending on the learning modality of the learners, as long as it complies to the time allotment of 1 hour per week or 60 minutes per week. So, the homeroom guidance shall be scheduled once a week. So, kung papansin ninyo, we have there an example. So, number 5, so the class advisor shall be assigned to implement the program with the technical assistance of the guidance counselor. Again, ang class advisors po ang naka-assign na mag-i-implement po ng program. So, ibig sabihin tayo ang kung meron ng face-to-face, tayo ang magtuturo ng homeroom guidance. So, ngayon pong may pandemya, so maaari po kayong mag-usap kung paano po ang pag-reproduce, kung ano ang gagawin ninyo para ma-implement itong homeroom guidance. So, as I've said, you advisors are the one in charge of the homeroom guidance with the assistance of the guidance counselor. And number 6, collaboration with the family and community is also encouraged in order to create a venue for the learners in developing such life skills. So, kailangan po nating makipag-partner, makipag-collaborate sa family or sa kapamilya ng ating mga learners, and of course, sa community niya. So, ito ay matutulungan na mas ma-encourage na magkaroon ng venue ang ating mga learners para mas ma-develop ang kanyang life skills. And for teaching load, teaching homeroom guidance shall be equivalent to 1 teaching load on top of the teacher's advisory and subjects load. Number 8, homeroom guidance shall not be viewed as a formal learning area like edukasyon sa pagpapakatao and the like. It shall be treated as a program that will help learners develop the competencies needed in the 3 domains. So again, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, iba po ang ESP sa homeroom guidance, okay? So dapat hindi natin siya ipapareho sa mga formal learning areas katulad ng ESP, MAPE, math, okay? So iba po ang homeroom guidance. Natrato natin itong isang programa na makatutulong sa ating mga learners para mas ma-develop niya ang kanyang competencies para sa 3 domain. And number 9, orientation and capacity building. Now, the central office through the Bureau of Curriculum Development shall conduct orientation and capacity building to region and division supervisors in charge of guidance and counseling. So, nagkaroon na tayo ng orientation program sa national level on homeroom guidance, ano? So, this is already a form of orientation. So, obligasyon po ng mga rehiyon, ng mga division, or kahit sa school na mag-conduct po ng capacity building para alam din po ng mga guro kung ano ang kanilang gagawin or pag-conduct nitong homeroom guidance. Now, the homeroom guidance, most essential learning competencies or MACs, and learning materials will be issued by the Department of Education. So, sila po ang gumagawa lahat ng module o binibigyan lamang po tayo. And aside from that, so, wag niyo pong i-expect na hanggang 4th quarter, ready na ang module. So, actually, sa 2nd quarter, hindi pa po kumpleto ang module natin. So, naghihintay lamang po tayo ng update ng mga modules galing po ng central office. So, once na meron na, so that's the time only that we can give the modules to our students. And of course, number 11, homeroom guidance assessment results must be distributed and discussed by the class advisor during the parent-teacher conference. So, nagawa po ba natin ito? So, once you are done with this orientation po, so kailangan po natin na i-discuss during the conference, kung ano yung nakuha ng bata na ang naging performance niya pagdating sa homeroom guidance. Now, this shall be issued as an attachment to the learner's report card. I-clarify lang po natin dito, hindi po natin ilalagay ang homeroom guidance sa mismong card. Hindi katulad ng RHGP po dati. Kung naaalala po ninyo, ang RHGP noon nakalagay doon sa pinakababa ng ating card at may nakalagay na grades. So this time around, hindi po natin gagawin yun. Hindi po natin ilalagay sa card or sa SF 10 ng ating mga estudyante ang salitang homeroom guidance. Meron po tayong separate sheet of paper. Mamaya ipapakita ko po yun sa inyo. May separate sheet po tayo kung saan ilalagay po natin ang evaluation natin sa estudyante pagdating po sa homeroom guidance. So, i-attach lamang po natin ito sa mga report card. So, therefore, kung sakali, for example, na lilipat ang isang estudyante sa ibang school, so kailangan naka-attach po yung homeroom guidance assessment form sa likod ng kanyang card. So, i-attach lang. Okay? DepEd schools shall include all expenses relative to homeroom guidance in their annual school improvement plan. Okay? And non-implementation or improper implementation of homeroom guidance shall be subject to existing applicable administrative action. So, may sanction po, maaaring magkaroon ng administrative actions ang mga hindi mag-i-implement ng homeroom guidance. So, implement na lang natin, di ba? So, ano ba ang iba't ibang gampanin at responsibilidad ng DepEd's office, okay? So, sa school po, ano po ang role ng ating school head? Ang school head po ang magsusupervise at magmumonitor ng implementation po ng homeroom guidance and ensures the proper intervention for each learner will be provided. Now, yun po ang role ng school head, and we also have the role of the guidance counselor or guidance designate. Kung wala man po kayong guidance counselor, meron po tayong guidance designate na siyang mag-serve as the program manager and ensures the correct content and pedagogy of homeroom guidance in school. Okay. So, what about the class advisor? Ano naman po ang role ng class advisor? Now, the class advisor serves as homeroom guidance implementer. You are the homeroom guidance implementer inside the classroom. Now, the class advisor refers the learner to the guidance counselor only if counseling intervention or other guidance services are needed. And ano naman po ang role ng ating schools division office? So, ang schools division office po through the curriculum implementation division and through the ESB supervisor in coordination with schools, governments, and operations division. Okay? SGOD through its designated guidance and counseling focal person serves as the division program manager of the homeroom guidance and coordinates with the guidance counselor or guidance designate of schools. While the regional office, the CLMD, ESB supervisor in coordination with Education Support Services Division or ESST through its designated guidance and counseling focal person, they serve as the program manager in the region. Okay, and for the central office, now the Bureau of Curriculum Development or BCD serves as the program manager in the central office, and the focal person ensures the correct curriculum articulation and consolidates annual report on the conduct of homeroom guidance. And the Bureau of Learning Delivery or the BLD ensures the appropriate pedagogical approaches are employed on how to deliver the curriculum content. The Bureau of Learning Resources ensures the availability of learning resources to the fields unit. This is one of the most important thing that we have to remember in the implementation of homeroom guidance, the assessment of learners' development and monitoring of the program. Now, though the intent of the homeroom guidance is to help learners develop competencies that will aid them in facing different issues and tasks, it is important to still track their level of development. So, kailangan pa rin natin na i-evaluate or i-track na kung may development pa. Now, homeroom guidance implementers must always keep in mind that the program shall capacitate learners towards success, and hence, compared to the formal learning areas that are being measured following the DepEd Order Number 8, Series of 2015, homeroom guidance shall utilize learners' development assessment tool, which is I'm going to show you later. So that is in Annex 3 of this memo. So what are the verbal descriptions? Okay? So instead of grades, ito ang ilalagay lang natin, okay, sa ating learners development assessment tool. The verbal description needs improvement or NI. So it only means to say that the learner has not acquired the target competencies. D for developing, it means the learner acquired some of the target competency. sufficiently develop, or SD, the learner acquired the target competency. DC, okay, or develop and commendable, the learner acquired the target competency and showed commendable application in real life situations. So, ang pinakamataas na rating na maaring makuha ng ating mga mag-aaral is itong developed and commendable, at ang pinakamababa naman is needs improvement. So, learners' development shall be assessed through their portfolio and performance task. Okay, so this is how our homeroom guidance learners assessment looks like. Okay, so as you can see, may nakalagay dyan for junior high school. Iba po ang LDAT para sa junior high school at iba naman po para sa senior high school. So, ito po ang i-attach natin sa ating mga card, okay? Sa card ng mga mag-aaral ng ating mga learners. So, as you can see, medyo madami-dami po ito, but then, kasya ito sa isang page. So, kailangan lang natin medyo liitan ng font. So, ang gagawin lamang po natin is check natin ang mga numbers. Okay, so again, ito ang mga description natin, verbal description natin, and ito ang mga ilalagay natin. Ito, i-check lang po natin kung sa tingin ninyo, siya ba ay meron nitong mga competency na ito na. Okay, kung meron na siya niyan at very commendable, so maaaring i-check natin ang number 4. Okay? So remember that the conduct of homeroom guidance is mandatory. Okay? Mandatory, kailangan talaga natin itong i-implement, my dear class advisors. Pero hindi siya part po ng academic rating. So this is not part of academic rating. So, grades are just descriptive. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, ang mga grades natin is yung needs improvement, ito yun, needs improvement, developing, sufficiently developed and commendable. So, yun lang po ang mga descriptive grade natin. Okay? Kung ang naging grading niya is needs improvement, hindi daw natin ito dapat itratong failed. The student should be considered as someone who needs intervention from school and home. So in the event that the learner remains the needs improvement, at the end of each quarter, the advisor, guidance counselor, and parents need to work together to provide intervention. So may intervention dapat na gagawin. Now, under monitoring and evaluation, it shall be done from September 2020 to April 2021, or as scheduled by the department reports on the results of the monitoring and evaluation, and shall be submitted at the end of school year 2020-2021. Now, the following are the offices and units which will implement, monitor, or will be affected by the policy. Okay, sino-sino ba ang mga magmamonitor? Definitely, under school level, the school heads shall lead the monitoring in coordination with the guidance counselor, guidance designate, or kung wala namang mga registered guidance counselor, we have the guidance advocate or designate. School head shall ensure evaluation of the program with the help of course, guidance counselor using the homeroom guidance observation tool. So, nandito po ang ating observation tool sa memo. Okay, naka-attach. So, ready-made na. So, i-check na lang po natin. Okay, so this is the observation tool sa school level. If you notice, meron dyan nakalagay na to the observer, check the box to indicate your assessment guided by the scale below. So, ilalagay lang dyan if no chance to observe, 1 for not observed, 2 for observed but insufficient, 3 sufficiently observed, and 4 sufficiently observed and commendable. From the scale of 0 to 4. Those are the content of the monitoring tool, and we are just going to sum up our scores by dividing it to the number of items with 1 to 4 scores, and then multiply it to 100. So, average lang natin. We'll know kung ano yung verbal description. So, for the verbal description, if you got 23% and below, you as an advisor needs improvement for the implementation of the homeroom guidance. 24 to 45%, that's below average. 46 to 68 average. 69 to 91 above average. 92% and above outstanding. since this is just a new program, it is expected that we will not really perfect the implementation of this. So, nasa stage pa tayo ng orientation, di ba? Definitely, time will come na ma-perfect natin ang pag-implement nitong homeroom guidance. The school head will write something under commendations and recommendations. You as an advisor should sign here in this form. So this evaluation was shown and discussed to me. So therefore, under school level, meron na pong mangyayaring observation sa pag-implement po nitong homeroom guidance. Under schools division level, the edukasyon sa pagpapakatao, yung ESP supervisor po natin ang in charge sa program, okay? This is under the CID division. This is not under SJOD, take note, this is under CID division. In coordination with the guidance counselor designate in the division office, leads the monitoring under the homeroom guidance monitoring tool in the division level. So meron ding monitoring tool po ang division level. So let's see ano yung itsura ng monitoring tool nila. So the areas to be monitored, so we have 1 curriculum and implementation and compliance, 2 delivery process, 3 evaluation of learners development, 4 supervision of homeroom guidance implementation, and number 5, administrative concerns. Signature over printed name by the principal and whoever monitored, okay, or the signature of the ESP monitor. Under regional level, the ESP supervisor under the CLMB in coordination with the ESSD focal person for guidance and counseling leads the monitoring in the regional level, focusing on the entire implementation of the homeroom guidance. So they shall submit the annual regional report on the implementation of homeroom guidance to the Bureau of Curriculum Development every second week of April starting 2021. Well, and even sa national level, they will be monitoring if we are implementing this program, and this policy shall take effect in school year 2020-2021 and succeeding years immediately upon publication in the DepEd website. So I believe that you are already implementing this, right? So through your guidance coordinator, Ma'am Emily Marcaida, alam ko na nag-i-implement na tayo. So at least ngayon, alam na natin na talagang kailangan pala natin siya, na hindi lang ito kagustuhan ni Ma'am Emily, but we really have to implement this dahil meron ngang memo. Okay po? So, we also have here an example. So, these are the different modules actually na inilabas na ng DepEd. Again, hindi pa kumpleto ang modules natin sa quarter 2. So, naghihintay lamang po tayo ng module from the central office. Okay? So, sila po ang nagbibigay sa atin ng copy ng module, and we are just waiting kung kailan nila mapuproduce, maibibigay. So, tingnan nga po natin kung kumpleto na nating naibigay ang lahat ng modules po for quarter 1 for our grade 7. Let's see. Okay, so ang unang module po natin for quarter 1 is My Study Plan, My Guide. Next, The Better Me for module 2. Module 3 is about embracing uniqueness, and number 4 is about Hello, My Future Self. Okay, so these are the different modules for grade 7 quarter 1. And for quarter 2, ayan, so meron tayong module na. Okay, so we're able to give this already. Module 5, My Road to Success. And module 6 is I Am Strong. Module 7 is I Decide and I Learn. Okay, so hanggang module 7 pa lang po tayo sa quarter 2 ng grade 7. Okay, so for quarter 8, we already have here, okay, ito yung mga title ng module natin. Okay, so quarter 1, level up your study habits. So ito yung mga sample, okay? Lahat ng modules po. Ang quarter 2 po hanggang module 5. Okay, and for grade 9, ang quarter 1, itong iba't ibang modules natin for quarter 1 for grade 9. Okay? And marami-rami ang modules po ng grade 9. So, actually hanggang module 9 na po sila. Okay, quarter 1 pa lang, meron na tayong hanggang module 5 for grade 9. And for quarter 2, these are the different modules. So, we have module 8 under quarter 2 and module 9 under quarter 1 for grade 10. Okay, so these are the modules. So module 1, module 3, module 4. So for grade 11, from module 1 up to module 4 for quarter 1. But included in quarter 1 is this multiple career development pathways toolkit. Okay, so meron po tayong another module na ibibigay sa ating mga estudyante aside from the regular homeroom guidance module na ibinibigay natin. So this is about career exploration, helping our students choose their senior high school track and strength. So that's how our multiple career development pathways toolkit looks like. So yan po ang cover page niya. For quarter 2 for grade 11, okay, so we have module 5 and module 5 only. And for grade 12, quarter 1, we have self-analysis for module 1, module 2, accepting individuality, thinking out aloud my decision. So hanggang module 3 ang quarter 1. And when it comes to quarter 2, so ito ang mga module pa lang natin. We have here the decisive person. So what I am telling you, this is the schedule, okay, for the implementation po ng ating module. So as you can see, magsimula tayo hanggang simula grade 7. Okay, so grade 7, modules 1 to 4 ang dapat nating i-implement sa quarter 1. So I just hope na natapos natin ito. Kung hindi man, pwede pa rin naman tayong humabol, ano? So for grade 8 up to module 3, for grade 9 up to module 7, for grade 10 up to module 4, and for grade 11, as you can see, we have here module 1 to 4 for the regular homeroom guidance, and then we have to implement the multiple career development pathways toolkit. So madami-dami yung pages actually ng MCDP. We also have here the schedule for grade 12 from module 1 to 3 and the MCDP or the multiple career development toolkit for week 7. Yan po yung schedule natin for quarter 1. For quarter 2, okay, so this is our schedule. For week 1, meron tayong module 5. So, but then, hindi pa kumpletong nailalabas ito ng Bureau of Curriculum Development. Hindi pa natin nakukumpleto ang lahat ng modules ng grade 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Then I just hope that you are already planning for your career guidance activity for grade 11 and 12 because here in the schedule, kailangan daw nating ma-implement siya from February 1 up to February 19. March na po ngayon. So, kung hindi pa man tayo nakakapag-conduct ng career guidance activity, so that is part pala of our homeroom guidance activity for quarter 2. So, pwede pa rin naman tayong mag-conduct ng career guidance activity kahit na walang face-to-face through virtual. We want to have the complete copy of the homeroom guidance program MELCs, so we can find it in this portal, okay, that in the DepEd our learning resource portal, and we have there the Google Drive. Medyo madami-dami lang kasi siya, and also you can visit the lrmds.deped.gov.ph for the copy of this module, of the homeroom guidance module. Nandun yung mga updated copy, and likewise you can also visit their Facebook page, the Homeroom Guidance Philippines. So, yan ang itsura ng ating Homeroom Guidance program. Page 704 to 723. Okay, so if you want to know more about the Homeroom Guidance MELCs. So, our FB page is Homeroom Guidance Philippines. So, dun po ina-upload ng Bureau of Curriculum and Development ang mga updated modules po natin. Every now and then, ibinivisit ko po ang page na yon para malaman kung meron ng bagong labas na module. So far, for this week, wala pa. Okay, dahil naka-academic break tayo, wala din munang inilalabas ang BCD na module ng homeroom guidance. Okay, so what are the different parts of the module, by the way? So as you can see, this is the cover page of the module. So similar lang ang mga cover nila. Pare-pareho lang. Makikita lang kayo dyan na kung anong quarter, anong module, and the title. but the drawing, the illustration is just similar. On the next page, okay, so makikita natin dyan yung development team, yung Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines, yung mga writers nandyan, and ito lagi itong kasama sa mga modules po natin. Meron laging reminder para sa mga magulang or tagapag-alaga. Okay, so dito, i-discuss yung na gagawin ng ating mga magulang para magabayan po ang kanilang mga anak. Okay, and another is, after ng gabay sa magulang or tagapag-alaga, makikita po natin sa ating mga module yung introductory message for the learner. Next is yan. Ganyan na po ang simula po ng ating module. Okay, so we consider the learning objectives, the period, suggested time allotment, and materials needed. And we have the introduction. So we also have there, the next part is let's try this. And then we have the let's explore this. Yan, similar po lagi ang content nila. So, laging mayroong pong ganyan na part. We have keep in mind, you can do it. And what I have learned at the last part of the module is share your thoughts and feelings. So, usually, ang nasa 8 to 9 pages or, from 8 to 9 pages po ang ating mga homeroom guidance module. So, I will be showing you a sample of my homeroom guidance. Hi everyone! Hi grade 7 students! It's me again, Ma'am Tere Buena, your guidance counselor. Today, we are going to have our discussion of your homeroom guidance for grade 7, quarter 2, module 7. So, I hope you are now ready. So, please get a copy of this module. Now, if you don't have a copy of this module, I am going to put the link, the PDF file in the description box so you may download it before we start our discussion. And of course, please get ready with your paper and ball pen. Are you now ready? So let's start. Okay, so this is our homeroom guidance quarter 2 module 7, and of course the title is I Decide. And on page 3, you can still see there the gabay sa magulang or tagapag-alaga. Again, you will let your parents read this part. Isinulat ang okay, so on page 4, you can see there the introductory message for the learner. This module is designed to help you know more about making decisions of yourself. This self-learning module has 6 interactive tasks which are as follows. We have let's try this, let's explore this, keep in mind, you can do it, what I have learned, and share your thoughts and feelings. Make sure to read, think, follow, and enjoy every task that you are asked to do. Have fun, stay safe, and healthy. Okay, so for our module 7, again, the title is I Decide, I Learn. So what are our learning objectives? At the end of this module, you are expected to, number 1, identify steps in making sound decisions. Number 2, construct your own appropriate steps to make a sound decision. Number 3, analyze possible outcome in making decision for common good. And number 4, value the importance of being responsible in making personal decisions. This is good for weeks 3 to 5 of second quarter. Suggested total time allotment is 180 minutes, and you will be needing the following materials. You will need pencil or ball pen, bond papers, or piece of paper. Now let's have the introduction. Making choices is one of the basic things you do every day, isn't it? So, ang dami na mga choices na ginagawa natin araw-araw, di po ba? So, gumagawa tayo ng mga desisyon sa iba't ibang bagay. Maaaring ito ay sa ating school, sa ating mga bahay, at of course sa ating community. You make choices everywhere, at home, in school, and in community. You as a person need to decide and choose the right and best choice in life and career. But somehow, it is hard to decide on your own because there are different factors that influence your decision. Sometimes, iba nararanasan natin ito na nahihirapan tayong gumawa ng desisyon dahil na nga marami ang mga factors na maaring maka-impluwensya sa atin sa paggawa natin ng mga desisyon. Ngayon sa module pong ito, matututunan po nating ma-appreciate ang mga role of your teachers, the role of your teachers, your parents, and the other significant persons in your life in identifying the different steps in decision making. Kaya ang role ng ating mga teachers, ng ating mga parents, at ng mga mahahalagang tao sa buhay natin para
on page
matulungan tayo. 6, you can see there the activity under Let's Try This. Suggested time allotment is 25 minutes. Now, what we are going to do is, sabi dito, think what kind of decision maker you are. Okay? Pag-isipan daw natin kung anong klaseng decision maker tayo. Paano ka ba magdesisyon? Do you decide based on your feelings? So, nagdidesisyon ka ba base sa iyong nararamdaman? Or you take time to think about it first? Or pinag-iisipan mo na muna ng maigi ang mga bagay-bagay bago ka magdesisyon? Then, magtapos po ang activity na ito, you are going to answer the following questions on a sheet of paper. Okay. Ano ba yung iba't ibang klase ng decision maker? So, maaaring ikaw ay yung isang tao na madaling magdesisyon, ikaw yung tao na hindi agad makapag-decide, ikaw yung tao na hirap talaga na makapag-decide or talagang kailangan pa ng ibang tao para lamang makagawa ng isang desisyon. So, those are probably one of the things that you can write under what kind of decision maker you are, okay? And of course, on the prosing questions, you are going to answer the following. Number 1, how do you feel about your answer? Ano ba yung naramdaman mo tungkol sa iyong mga... Now, under Let's Explore This, suggested time allotment is 30 minutes. Now, here, we have a situation. So, tingnan natin, help Betty by identifying her problem and by providing as many possible helpful solutions as you can. Use the given template as your guide and do this on a sheet of paper. Again, tutulungan daw po natin si Betty. Meron tayo ditong isang character, ang pangalan niya ay Betty. May kwento dito si Betty. So, tutulungan natin siya. And of course, under keep in mind, suggested time allotment is 20 minutes. Now here, we're going to discuss this part. Sabi dito, every day you use your decision-making skills on the things you are about to do or choose. Diba ginagamit natin lagi ang ating decision-making skills. Ang dami nating mga ginagawang desisyon sa buhay. So, napakarami ng mga ginagawa natin desisyon sa buhay, katulad na lamang problema, mga simpleng desisyon, katulad na lang kung ano ang pipiliin mong unahin na pag-aralan, ano ang gagawin mo sa araw na ito, ikaw ba ay maglalaro lang, ikaw ba ay magmo-module. So, ito ay mga example lamang ng mga desisyon na ginagawa natin, di ba? Sabi dito, making decision is making choices or not choosing at all. So, ang paggawa daw po ng decision. Now, under you can do it, suggested time allotment is 45 minutes. Okay, now, so here, under you can do it. And under what I have learned, suggested time allotment is 35 minutes. Now, based on the previous activity, you're going to make a poster of the desired outcome of your decision. Show also in the poster how you would feel if you would attain it. So, sabi dito, gagawa po tayo ng isang poster or ng isang drawing ng sa tingin mo. And under share your thoughts and feelings, suggested time allotment is 25 minutes. Ito, napakaganda ng activity na to. So, ang title ng activity na ito is Dear Self. Here, you're going to make a letter to yourself about your decisions in the past months. Include how you feel about it and things that you would try to change to improve your decision-making skills, and do this on a sheet of paper. So, dito po, susulatan natin ang ating mga sarili, di ba? So, bihira natin itong ginagawa. Hindi tayo masyadong sumusulat sa sarili natin. Pero dito, mabibigyan tayo ng pagkakataon na gumawa ng letter, gumawa ng sulat para sa ating sarili. So, gagawa ka ng sulat para sa iyong sarili tungkol sa mga nagawa mong desisyon sa nakaraang buwan. Okay, so we are done with our Module 7. Congratulations again, my dear Grade 7 students, for finishing this module. Ayan, napakaganda ng ating desisyon sa buhay. Pero kung sakali mang tayo ay magkamali sa mga gagawin nating desisyon, still, patuloy pa rin po tayo. Sabi nga, sa lahat naman ng problema, ito ay may kaakibat lagi na i-upload ko. Muli, ito po si Ma'am Tere Buena saying bye for now. And thank you so much and see you in our next video discussion. So you can find all those home guidance videos in my channel, Your Guidance Counselor. So yan po ang ating logo. Okay? And please do not forget also to subscribe ko para po maging updated kayo sa mga i-upload ko pong modules regarding homeroom guidance. So as I've said, regularly po ako nag-update ng aking mga video. So every time na may inilalabas na pong bagong module ang DepEd, so automatically po nagre-record tayo at ina-upload po ito sa ating YouTube channel kasi marami talaga ang nag-aabang ng mga teachers and even students, okay? Dahil sa ibang school, talaga nire-require nila ang mga estudyante nila na manood na lang ng mga videos because they don't have enough resources sa pag-reproduce nga po nitong mga homeroom guidance modules na to. So, another alternative is to just let your students watch a video i-download yung soft copy ng module. So ina-attach ko po ang PDF file sa description box po ng ating mga homeroom guidance videos. Okay? So again, please do not forget to subscribe. Okay? So that's it for now. Thank you so much, Masbate National Comprehensive High School, for this opportunity. So again, sana po we are not going to treat this as a program na additional burden puro sa ating mga teachers. So just think about the benefits na makukuha po ng ating mga estudyante pag naibigay po natin ng maayos ang homeroom guidance modules po natin. So napakaganda ng maaari maging epekto o resulta po nito sa pamumuhay po ng ating mga estudyante, lalong-lalo na kung ma-internalize nila yung discussion po sa lahat ng ating mga modules. And especially kung meron na tayong face-to-face, definitely we have to anticipate na talagang we need to give this to our students as mas magiging effective ang implementation ng homeroom guidance pag face-to-face na, di ba? So muli maraming salamat po. I just hope that you learn something from this discussion. So God bless everyone and have a good day.